ready for the challenge.
In India, it's hard to go a day without consuming a product of Mukesh Ambani's. Petrol, phones, TV, online media, supermarkets. His company Reliance Industries is everywhere.
Last year, Reliance became India's largest and most profitable company.
And this has made Mukesh Ambani Asia's richest man with unparalleled power and influence. But to build his empire, he had to face off with none other than his younger brother in a feud which captivated the Indian press for over a decade. This is how Mukesh Ambani grew his incredible wealth while his brothers withered and India watched on. As of the 10th of February 2020, Mukesh Ambani is estimated to be worth $55.4 billion, and he's not afraid of conspicuous consumption.
Dear friends, welcome to watch our channel Home Biz Billionaire.
Dear friends, welcome to watch our channel Home Biz Billionaire.
This is where his family lives, a 27-story, 400,000 square foot home in Mumbai. It towers over the city, boasting 9 elevators, a spa, a 50-seat theatre and a helipad. But despite his extravagant spending, Mukesh is revered by many Indians.
Mukesh Ambani has been perceived as a visionary because he is running all his business very successfully, and he's extraordinarily ambitious and he's very determined.
I am proud to inform you that it was yet another year of robust and record performance.
The story of the Ambani family's rise is well known across India. It began with Mukesh and Anil's father, Dhirubhai.
So Dhirubhai Ambani's story is a rag to riches story. His story has inspired a lot of Indian entrepreneurs.
Dhirubhai moved to Yemen at 16 and started working as a petrol pump attendant. He returned to India in his mid-20s and set up his business in a tiny office.
He started working with just a table and a chair, and for a salary of just 150 rupees a month. With his hard work, Dhirubhai Ambani has nurtured his oil and gas business to grow to an extent where it becomes India's largest private enterprise.
When their father died in 2002 from a stroke, the family was thrown into disarray and the two brothers found themselves competing for influence. After Mukesh used his position as chairman of the Reliance board to assert his authority over Anil, the relationship became heated.
Right after the death of one of India's most successful entrepreneurs, Dhirubhai Ambani, his two sons locked horns, that too in the public eye.
Their mother had to step in and design a plan to split the company between the brothers. Mukesh got the legacy industries of oil, gas and petrochemicals, Anil, telecommunications and financial products. But this business divorce did not put an end to their dispute. In 2009, Anil took his brother's gas company to court, demanding they sell energy to his company at a heavily reduced rate, because that was their agreement. Mukesh argued when the company got broken up, that agreement was void. The argument went all the way to the highest court and even pulled in the top level of India's government.
The split had gone from boardroom to courtroom and from courtroom to various rooms of ministers, and the split has reached a state where it has led to nasty fight for empires, and it has reached a stage where both brothers were not in talking terms at one point.
The highest court ruled in favor of Mukesh, and the two agreed to drop a non-compete clause which stopped them from entering the same markets.
Once the non-compete clause had come to an end, Mukesh Ambani has stormed into Indian telecom market with his telecom carrier Reliance Jio Infocom. Reliance Jio Infocom was so powerful, it has made other telecom operators either to merge among themselves, or Jio had forced them to exit from the Indian market.
While Mukesh was aggressively expanding, his brother was losing money and market share. In 2018, Anil owed more than $80 million to the Swedish telco Ellison. He didn't pay and they took him to court. A judge ruled Anil needed to pay up, but he still didn't have the money. Finally, a court decided if his company didn't pay, Anil was headed to jail. Assets to his brother's company, highlighting their different fortunes.
Anil Ambani could not match up to the winning ambitions or aspirations or even accomplishments of his elder brother.
Anil is back in court, this time in London, where a judge has ordered he set aside $100 million in a dispute with 3 Chinese banks. He now claims his net worth is zero. Meanwhile, Mukesh Ambani has become Asia's wealthiest man.
Club of world's 10 richest people finally gets a member from Asia. Asia's richest man has entered a new league of wealth. The net worth of Mukesh Ambani, chairman of Reliance Industries Ltd, has jumped to $64.5 billion, making him the only Asian tycoon in the exclusive club of the world's top 10 richest people, according to the Bloomberg Billionaires Index. He overtook Larry Ellison of Oracle Corporation and Francoise Bettencourt Meyers, the wealthiest woman, to reach the number 9 spot. Ambani, who owns 42% of Reliance, has benefited from a flurry of investment into the company's digital unit, Jio Platforms Ltd, that Reliance said has made it net debt-free ahead of a March 2021 target. The shares of the Indian conglomerate have doubled from a low in March, just as other billionaires on the list have been hit by the impact of the coronavirus pandemic. While the Indian economy has been nearly decimated during the lockdown to control the spread of COVID-19, Mr. Ambani's companies, particularly the telecom giant Jio, have prospered, and his personal wealth has increased substantially, said Jayati Ghosh, chair of the Center for Economic Studies and Planning at the Jawaharlal Nehru University. A media representative for Reliance declined to comment on Ambani's fortune. Economic divide. The rise of the 63-year-old as India heads for its worst ever recession is a reminder of the nation's deep economic divide, in which the top 10% hold more than 3/4 of the total wealth, and where most new fortune creation stays in the hands of the richest 1%. Latest potential deal slated to bolster Ambani's e-commerce ambitions. Reliance is close to acquiring stakes in some units of Future Group, which already has a partnership with Amazon.com Incorporated, people familiar with the matter have said. Ambani got his start in the family's business in the early 1980s, when his father, Dhirubhai Ambani, summoned him back to India to oversee construction of a polyester mill after a year at Stanford Business School. The Ambanis began to buy up suppliers as well as petrochemical plants and oil refineries and eventually built the company into a fabrics, textiles and energy empire. Dhirubhai died of a stroke in 2002 without leaving a will, triggering a feud between Mukesh and his brother, Anil. In a settlement brokered by their mother, the brothers split the family business. Mukesh retained control over the refining, petrochemicals, oil and gas, and textiles operations, while Anil took the telecommunications, asset management, entertainment and power generation businesses. In 2013, the brothers announced a $220 million pact to share a fiber optic network, their first deal since splitting the Reliance empire. Parts of Anil's operations have since struggled, with a unit of his Reliance Communications Limited filing for bankruptcy last year. Mukesh revels in being the biggest. In India, Reliance officially became just that last year, when it surpassed state-owned Indian Oil Corporation to become the country's largest company by revenue. At Reliance's annual shareholder meeting in August, which is covered like a national event, including by its media and entertainment arm, Network 18, Ambani called it the golden decade of Reliance. He celebrated the group's growing list of superlatives, the largest telecom enterprise by subscribers, revenues and profit, a retail arm larger than all other major retailers combined, an oil giant that makes India's largest export. We are also incubating newer growth engines, Ambani said at the time, adding that he hoped that digital-driven expansion could be more inclusive. No power on earth can stop India from rising higher.
Thanks for watching HomeBiz Billionaire, your global entertainment. If you like it, please subscribe our channel for latest news and movies.